Hello, bright lights. It's April, the Energy Oracle, and I'm here to engage with you in your ascension process. Today, we're going to talk about the meanings behind the Five of Pentacles and how you can work with its energy on your ascension path. It offers you some amazing lessons to engage with, especially right now as we're going through this time of learning about ourselves as the Hierophant. And that's the card I picked for the month that I felt like my guides were really talking about how we are engaging with this energy and what it does for us. So as we get started, I want to talk about a little bit of the traditional meanings behind the Five of Pentacles for those of you who just read tarot conventionally. But I really want to focus on what this means for us on the ascension path and how we can interpret the tarot for the purpose of really engaging with the lessons that we're learning as we raise our vibration and become brighter lights for everybody here on the planet in this ascension process. So, Five of Pentacles is, first of all, the fives are pointy cards, all of them. They kind of like are poking, and they have some intense lessons for us. And most people, when they pull the fives, all of them, they kind of think, oh God, there's sort of this dread. But I don't want you to feel that way. I think that the fives are fabulous cards. Five of Pentacles right here. This is the Pamela Coleman Smith deck. And you can see on there, there's five pentacles above. And the Pentacles energy itself is a strong energy, but it's one of quiet strength because it's the earth energy. It's the energy of hiddenness. It's the energy of loving kindness and tenderness. Like people that carry a lot of the Pentacles energy are very family oriented. They tend to be the people that will, make the perfect card or bring a nice gift to you or bring you soup when you're sick. They're the children that hang out with mommy and tell them how much they love them, and they love to craft with you and, be a part of everything that you're doing. So the Pentacles energy is one of relationship, is one of being involved in the tenderness of life and the nuances and the earthy nuances of what is being engaged in us. So again, we see the pentacle on this card, which is perfect for the fives. And you can see those 5 points on there, and it's spirit over earth with ether in the center. The fives are a card of tension, and those lines are perfectly spaced, and there's a perfect tension holding that star apart. So that's the first thing that I really feel like when I look at the fives, is that they're really a place of tension where we're working something out in us that requires balance and also creates a sense of some outside pulling on us. When you look at this card in this deck, you can see that there are 2 travelers, and they're in the snow, and they're obviously not doing well. They're barefoot walking in the snow. They're not clad correctly for what's going on. One of them is on crutches, and they're looking up, and there is what appears to be a church, and they're passing that by. And actually, we don't know if they're passing it by. Are they passing it by? This is just a flash in the story, and that's important to remember when we're on our ascension path. Wherever you're at right now, it's not going to last. It's not going to be forever. So if you're on the top of the mountain, it won't last forever. If you're in the bottom of the valley, it won't last forever. Those are feelings, and this is just a moment in that story. Where are they going? What are they doing? But it appears to me that they are passing this up. And this card in the traditional sense is one of loss, financial hardship, lack. It used to be a card that denoted like divorce or breaking up with someone, but I don't see it like that at all. I really don't. I want to talk to you a little bit about why I think this card is just incredibly powerful. So in this card right here, which is the Morgan Greer deck, you can really see the tenderness of this card. It's 2 people actually coming together and embracing each other in hard times. And I think that the Five of Pentacles does offer us that kind of, does offer us that kind of compassion if we will embrace ourselves. And remember, whatever we're seeing outside of ourselves is always a reflection of what's going on within us. And it's always a call to compassion and tenderness. When we look at this card right here in the Golden Tarot, which I really love in the Golden Tarot, we see that the man is actually missing a leg, and there's a door to the church, and they've actually passed the door by. So, you know, when we are looking at the Pentacles energy, we want to look at it, the Five of Pentacles, we want to look at it in relationship or through the lens of the Hierophant. So remember that this is all about manifesting your true self. This is all about being your own kind of weird. This is all about 5D, manifesting, making known the exoteric mysteries. So showing the world who you are by manifesting your 5D self. So if we look at these cards through that lens, we see that we're actually being called to go beyond what we've always known. And I think that's the lesson of this card, is that we pass by old institutions, old ideas, old thought patterns in order to grab a hold of who we are and sit in our power and to manifest who we really are. Look, he's sitting on his throne. He is between these two stone pillars. He knows who he is. He's a man of power and reputation and position. And so when we see this story unfolding, and this is the Everyday Witch Tarot right here, and you can see them making their way, I wish I had a little less reflection here, but making their way through the snow, you know, they have the choice to go towards that home, to go there. Is that the place they're going to make their destination? And the answer for us is always that to turn towards ourselves, to really examine who we want to be in a place of response. So the Five of Pentacles empowers us through that tension, the tension of the pentacle itself, but the five, the number 5, is that pointy number, that number of perfectly balanced tension that exists within us. Maybe you're looking at money right now, because Pentacles are traditionally viewed as the sustenance or money card. And why not? Because it's an earth energy, right? And the earth provides everything that we need. If you're looking at yourself right now and trying to manifest your 5D self and provision and abundance, you might feel a little bit like you're out in the cold. You might feel a little bit like you're ragged and torn and weary. But I promise you, if you pass up old ways of doing things, if you release old mindsets, you will come into a place of knowing your power and really showing the world, really manifesting, right? Because that's what it is. 5D, the 5 cards are all about that 5D revelation and bringing it in. When we look at who we are trying to become, or I should say, when we really look at who we're becoming, because when we have an awakening and we come into our 5D self, all of a sudden there's a sense of like this pulling away from the 3D reality, and knowing that, you know, the old ways just won't suit. No matter how good they might appear, we know that they are not, that we need to move on. And there's this tension within us. There's a tension that says, you know, oh, I really feel this space between who I once was and who I'm seeing myself as. And there's this gap in between. And this is the place where we just have to move into trust. We just have to move into a place of trusting ourselves, trusting our vision. Again, it's all about recentering, remembering who we are, remembering that we've been placed in a position of power. You know, we are the 5D Hierophant. We are the person who is called to sit and lead, that to guide others by example, to be someone who shows the exoteric mysteries of the 5D that manifest that before all people. And you've just got to be brave enough to believe that there are really good things that are happening for you and happening to you, despite the fact that there's snow on the ground. You're going to get past it. So again, this is a choice point. The 5 of Pentacles is a choice point. If you're reading for someone and you see this is a chance for them to transcend old ideas of being and doing, and a chance to come into a greater understanding of their personal power, and again, embrace their true status in life. Like these are vastly different clothing that they are wearing. These are vastly different manifestations that I see right here. And in order to get to this is an illusion, right? This is the illusion. This is the reality. But you have to embrace it. You have to believe it. You have to own it. You have to be your own kind of weird. So I really encourage you to connect with your earthy self. A great way to do that, go out, get grounded, walk on the ground, feet on the ground, meditate, recenter, get to a place where you can look at your own ideas of abundance, because abundance is not money. Sometimes we think abundance is money, but it's not. Abundance is not money. You know, examine your beliefs. What is it that's between this 3D world of duality where I have to work hard for everything, all these stories that we tell ourselves about abundance, versus the 5D where there's no lack and there's no scarcity? What is in between for you right now? What beliefs are getting in the way of you wearing that robe, being that person, you know, owning your power and your authority and shining as brightly as you can? Connect with those stories and uproot them and trash them. Just throw them away. Again, you know, pass up the old mindset. Just walk right on by. Don't go through that same old door. Don't replay that same old story. I guarantee the more that you have the discipline of turning away from old mindsets and just choosing to embrace your inner truth, your world is going to reflect it. Get 5D.